Breaking news. Reporters grill Karoline Leavitt on President Trump's Department of Education plans. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we have a hot topic that's been making waves in the political arena. In a recent press event, reporters put Karoline Leavitt in the hot seat over President Trump's controversial Department of Education plans. What did she say, and how did she respond to tough questions? Stay tuned as we break down this explosive exchange and what it could mean for education policy. In a high-stakes press conference that had political pundits buzzing, Karoline Leavitt, a rising star in the Republican Party and former Trump administration press secretary, faced intense scrutiny from reporters regarding President Trump's ambitious plans for the Department of Education. As the 2024 election cycle heats up, Leavitt's responses, or lack thereof, could significantly impact her political future and the public's perception of Trump's educational policies. President Trump's tenure saw several sweeping changes in educational policy, including efforts to expand school choice, reduce federal oversight, and promote alternative education models. As Trump re-emerges as a focal point in the Republican landscape, his plans for the Department of Education continue to be a topic of heated debate. Leavitt, a staunch advocate of these initiatives, has been vocal about her support but found herself under the microscope during the recent press conference. Leavitt's position on education reform has garnered attention, particularly as she aims to represent New Hampshire in Congress. Her discussions often revolve around the need for increased parental control over educational choices and a reduction in federal mandates. However, with these bold claims come significant questions about the feasibility and implications of such policies. During the press conference, reporters wasted no time in challenging Leavitt on the specifics of Trump's educational agenda. Can you explain how the proposed changes will improve educational outcomes for students across diverse backgrounds? One reporter pressed, highlighting concerns that the plans could exacerbate existing inequalities in the education system. Leavitt, ever poised, attempted to pivot the conversation to the benefits of school choice, emphasizing that parents should have the freedom to choose the best educational pathways for their children. Empowering parents is key to ensuring that every child receives a high-quality education, she asserted, though the response fell short of addressing the systemic issues raised by the reporters. As the questioning continued, reporters dug deeper, asking about the potential consequences of cutting federal funding for public schools. What about the schools that depend on federal funding to provide essential services? How do you justify these cuts? Another reporter inquired, pushing for clarity on how such decisions would affect low-income students and underserved communities. Leavitt's replies became increasingly defensive, as she reiterated the party line about prioritizing choice over funding, which some critics argue simplifies a complex issue. Our goal is to create a competitive educational environment that benefits all students, not just those in well-funded districts, she replied, but her lack of specifics left many unconvinced. The exchange sparked a flurry of reactions on social media, with supporters praising Leavitt's commitment to educational reform while critics highlighted her evasive responses. Hashtags like #LeavittGrilled and #EducationPolicy debate began trending, with users dissecting her statements and questioning the practicality of her proposals. Political analysts weighed in, noting that this press conference could have lasting implications for Leavitt's campaign. When candidates face tough questions and fail to provide satisfactory answers, it can damage their credibility, one analyst pointed out. Voters want to know how policies will impact their lives, especially when it comes to something as crucial as education. Leavitt's experience at the press conference serves as a microcosm of the larger challenges facing Republican candidates as they align themselves with Trump's legacy. The education sector is a pivotal battleground in American politics, and the stakes are high. With issues such as student loans, curriculum standards, and equity in education coming to the forefront, candidates must articulate clear and actionable plans. As the political landscape evolves, the pressure on Leavitt and her fellow Republicans to address these concerns will only intensify. Their ability to navigate tough questions and provide comprehensive solutions could determine their electoral fates in the upcoming elections. The grilling of Karoline Leavitt by reporters over President Trump's Department of Education plans is a clear indicator of the scrutiny facing politicians in today's media landscape. As education remains a hot-button issue, voters are looking for transparency, accountability, and practical solutions. Leavitt's responses may have raised more questions than answers, leaving her to reconsider her approach as she continues her campaign. As the press conference comes to a close, one thing is clear: the journey ahead for Leavitt and her party will require more than just slogans and soundbites. The American public demands substantial dialogue on education, and candidates must rise to the occasion. Thanks for joining us for this in-depth look at Karoline Leavitt's press conference. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates on political news and analysis. What do you think about Leavitt's responses regarding Trump's education plans? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed.